7 a.m. 9-year-old Damir wakes up before the sun rises. The first thing he does is bring home heavy ice blocks because in his village, water doesn't come from a tap. With no running water, as pipes freeze solid, ice becomes the main source of water. They stacked large ice blocks outside their home, ensuring they have a steady supply of clean water throughout the long winter. Damir melts the ice and washes with the freezing ice water, a routine he is used to. As the eldest son at home, Damir has many responsibilities. His 14-year-old sister studies far from home, leaving him to care for his younger sisters, 7-year-old Milana and 5-year-old Isolda. Damir's mother Alexandra has made the one breakfast no Yakutian family can live without: fatty pancakes served with whipped cream and frozen berries. Packed with calories, it's the perfect meal to keep warm in the freezing cold. Today, it's minus 50 degrees Celsius, so Damir and Milana have the day off from school. Primary schools close when temperatures drop below minus 45 degrees Celsius. But for 5-year-old Isolda, there is no break. In Yakutia, nurseries stay open, no matter how cold it gets, even at minus 60 degrees Celsius.
Отан бес класс болғана, төтін бестен үлпіқ градуска үйенам. Самый севелір предметім тоқтен. Сағатуа математика, сағатуа литература чтение, литературный ағыта.
This winter, school has been closed for weeks due to the extreme cold. Damir and Milana continue their lessons at home, something completely normal for children in Yakutia. After a big breakfast, while most kids his age are just getting ready for school, Damir's day begins with work. Now it's time to head to the farm. The Diakonov family runs a large farm with 28 cattle and 60 horses. The family works from morning until evening, tending to the animals and selling fresh produce to neighbors and locals. With his mother working full-time in an office, Damir helps his father look after the farm. He's been helping since he was just 3 years old. Damir's best friend is his horse Chagul, whom he is cared for since he was young. Chagul is a Yakutian horse, known for its resilience in the cold. Small but strong, these horses have adapted to the harsh conditions of Yakutia, capable of surviving temperatures as low as minus 70 degrees Celsius. Damir arrives at cowshed, a sturdy structure designed to withstand the extreme weather. The shelter is fully insulated to protect the animals from the freezing temperatures outside. Farming in this extreme cold is not easy. During the long, brutal winters, there is no running water and no fresh grass for livestock, so every task requires extra effort. Water must be hauled from the frozen lake, and in just 3 short summer months, hundreds of tons of hay must be harvested to last through the winter. Damir's morning routine includes cleaning the cowshed, a task he tackles without hesitation. Armed with a special instrument, he clears away the dung. Damir doesn't resist or feel embarrassed. He understands that this is how his family makes a living. After cleaning the shed, Damir moves on to milking the cows. He grabs his buckets and a small chair before carefully approaching the cow he lovingly calls Tanyusha.
Танюша, Таня, Таня.
Damir has given each cow a name and understands their personalities, knowing exactly how to handle them gently. He starts the milking process, making sure to be efficient and careful. The cold doesn't bother him, but he still has to work quickly. His hands can't stay still for too long, and the milk must be collected before it cools. Damir makes sure Tanyusha is comfortable and the milk is collected properly. It's a task he's done many times, and with each passing day, he becomes more skilled and confident. Damir works hard on the farm, and even though he's just 9 years old, he's always full of advice. As he finishes milking Tanyusha, he looks over at his parents, inspecting their work. He takes his job very seriously, always offering little tips to help improve the work around the farm. His parents can't help but smile at his grown-up attitude.
Дамир бәйті самостоятельный болын дед. Онна қотынғойын жамытнар постоянно біле әтәбет бұ қантан астыңыз келерін. Онна бұ қотынның сүйхілерін көріміз қолы бірі үй тұттарамыд бұ әлбәқ қатшыкелер. Бәйті біле үлілән ұлар жемет. Ондық қой өрді әтәбет. Әмемдік тоқсын өрді әтәбет. Жоңғы біле істің сығыннақ, чехіней. Тоқпар біле ұрақан түйенген әме жоңғы біле мандық. Ағыз соғыс мандық көмілісті нейін жемет. Жоңғы бірдің ütüğüne kurdukun bile yıka ütüğünden gelir yiyince.
Now that Damir has finished his morning farm work, he carefully carries the milk home, where his parents will pasteurize it and prepare it for the local shops. As soon as Damir finishes his work on the farm, he has another important responsibility, taking his younger sister Isolde to the nursery. Since his parents can often be busy with farm work, Damir steps in to help. Before they step outside, Damir makes sure his younger sisters are dressed warmly for the freezing temperatures. Even though Milana doesn't have to go to school today, she decides to go with her brother to help take care of their younger sister. Damir gently places Isolde onto the sled and wraps her up with a thick warm blanket to make sure she stays comfortable and safe from the cold. Together, Damir and Milana begin walking to the nursery. The temperature today is minus 50 degrees Celsius, something completely normal for little Yakut. They know that wearing the proper clothes is crucial for survival, and walking quickly or even running helps keep them warm against the brutal cold. There are rules set by nature: no stopping and no taking different routes, otherwise they will freeze. But for Damir, Milana and their little sister, this is just part of life. They know how to handle the cold, and walking to school or nursery in these temperatures is nothing unusual. With each step, they push forward, used to the harsh conditions, and determined to take care of each other, no matter how cold the weather may be. In this small village with just 200 people, walking around feels safe and peaceful. It's rare to worry about anything other than the cold. The roads are quiet, with only the occasional sound of a sled being pulled across the snow or the distant calls of livestock. The grocery store is quite far, so getting products from the supermarket requires careful planning. People here make sure to stock up on essentials during the few trips they can manage, so Damir's family mostly using only their fresh produce from their own farm. Now, with no time to sit around and relax, Damir takes on yet another responsibility. There is no running water in their village, so it's up to Damir to make sure the cattle have something to drink. With practiced hands, Damir pulls out a special tool and starts chopping through the ice. The ice can be up to 2 meters thick. As soon as the ice breaks, the cattle rush forward, desperate for the water. Damir keeps a firm grip on the situation, trying to control his cattle as they eagerly crowd around the freshly broken ice. He knows they need to drink fast before the hole freezes over again. The cattle are fighting for their turn, some nudging each other out of the way, while others shove to get closer to the water. Damir shouts at them, trying to keep the herd in order. It's a bit of struggle, but Damir stays focused, not letting the chaos overwhelm him. After a few moments, the cattle are finally content and the water is consumed. Damir stands back, watching the last of the cattle finish, ready to head back home. After a long time at the lake, Damir heads back home, but there is no time to rest just yet. His next responsibility is feeding the horses. In Yakutia, horses are incredibly resilient. They don't need much from Damir during the winter. One of their remarkable traits is the ability to dig through thick snow to uncover the grass beneath, an instinct passed down over centuries of surviving in one of the coldest places on Earth. Now, Damir is cleaning the ice off their coats. The freezing temperatures have caused ice to form on their thick fur, so Damir carefully scrapes it off, making sure they are comfortable. The horses stand still, allowing him to work, knowing that it's all part of their daily routine. Finally, after a busy day of caring for the farm and the animals, Damir gets a well-deserved break. It's time to spend a little time with his best friend, Chahil, his Yakutian horse. Damir saddles up and climbs onto Chahil's back, feeling the familiar warmth of his friend beneath him. His father Danil taught him to ride from a young age. For Yakut people, horses are more than just animals. They are companions, a part of their heritage and a key to survival in the harsh climate.
Уже бихе то бихе ити дойдуттан ин келбитенер батак булак битти. Олина тон тох булайды уже. Тох чей курдук. Уру каттан ни халан халлага hem bir. Тохтаны бихе гарахаттарын көрсөп буллай. Болохтаган курдук буллай. О багар хантанерге ити дойдуттан келем мараммыт адаптацияны хажар билебит олдар. Багар гарахан болуйду. Хасырды тымны гытрагын тажы тан уже yerine alamam.
After his peaceful ride, Damir knows there is still work to be done. The farm never rests. He returns to the cowshed where the evening chores begin. The cows are settled in, but the shed needs to be cleaned again. Damir grabs his special tool and starts clearing the dung, just like he's done countless times before. It's tiring, but Damir doesn't complain. He knows that every job, no matter how small, is important for keeping the farm running. Once the shed is clean, he takes a moment to play with his animals, enjoying their company. The work may be hard, but he loves it, and he takes pride in every part of it. As he steps out of the cowshed, night has already fallen. The long day is over, and tomorrow it will all begin again. But for now, he takes a moment to rest, embracing the quiet beauty of the Arctic night.